I've seen the shape-shifting thing go on. When you say that the narcissist isn't evil, then I understand where people might be coming from, because there's a difference between evil and just plain stupid. But that stupidity is, I mean, that's really what it is. You can only wish that there was some like mystical creature that they were. But see, with that stupidity though comes, I think they have entities in them that it could just be different. See, and it's really important to know who it is that's in your life, because you can end up like breeding or reproducing this problem of just what it is. It's just it's not love, it's stupidity. And that, again, it's like worse than the mythical creature of the Satan that shapeshifts in front of your face. See, the thing that I have noticed though, that's very real, I have noticed it, so some people don't really see it. They don't see it, so they don't know. And like, see, David Icke definitely talks about it. He has such an offering. And see, I have experienced it firsthand. Where I live, I'll say it again, I think it's a hive. But see, I call it the world condensed also. And then, so that means that if this place is like, a hive as the world condensed, then the earth, the world on it, is indeed a hive. So, yeah, it's pretty much infested. See, this place is, see, it's looking like, okay, so we're always caught in this perception of that. Not me, I don't say we, I say it's out there, the backdrop, very limited. They're going with the main narrative, right? Like, we're supposed to believe we landed on Mars again, and it was supposed to, that's a big deal, and going to the moon. And it's like, who cares? You're just grabbing the imagination of the children or something, and right? The point being is that it's a stuck situation here. The stupid organism is stuck, pretty much, and it has babysitters, it has keepers. Yeah, that's not known. It is known that those keepers, the hidden hand. Who are they? Oh, they're your farmers. You're somebody who knows better than you, apparently, right? They're not so stupid. And anyway, they keep you that way, but they need you too. See, they don't. They have succeeded. See, when there's enough, call it overpopulating, maybe it is, uh, then they can make a lot of people sick and then create a situation where the healthy people are taking care of the sick. And talking like this, babes, this is weird. I didn't know I was going to talk about this, but did you know all that's going to stop? It can, and it will. I mean, it should, especially if AI steps in. Yeah. If it's um, if it's a computer that is synthesized by way of what creates quantum computerization in the first place is the right math, then AI is going to continue to try to do the right math, and when it sees that people don't really do the right math around them, like why does that person use a lot of water during a drought season in a drought area, and then they look closer, oh, they're watering a lawn, versus the person over there who they are watering food. See, who's going to pass the smart test or the stupid test on that one, especially during a drought, or say more like maritime war, changes in the air, and just AI would be able to think about it. Well, food growing for people in microcosms in neighborhoods is a really smart thing to do. Those are smart people. So they get a ribbon. I don't know. They get what? More water, I guess, right? Anyway, thanks for listening to this, but that's kind of the threat. See, there is a very sick population, most of it, that are very wary about all of the changes that are going to come on. Because all it is that, oh no, the people are going to be downloaded, their own children are going to be seeking to know a better feeling through going to the truth and handling it. And if you're not used to that, your faculties are off, you can't be trusted as far as we can spit. This is May 17th, and religion, politics, that's a big one for them. See, the society out there, the backdrop is full of these stupid people who they say, don't ever talk about politics or religion, not even like, yeah, they say that. And that's what's causing all the trouble. And you don't talk about it. No wonder. You people are practicing darkness. You should talk about things, especially just if you want to reduce it, a mountain into a molehill, and then to vanish it. You shed light on it, and communications is the way you do it. Now, who could possibly do that? See, the problem is that only common sense could do that. See, people that have a sense that communicates and that is unified. Let's say that. See, the universe is that. And they opened up an account with reality, and it's just kind of complicated. You are in a human body that has a curriculum that you are to. At one point, you might feel this profound responsibility. It's crazy. It's just there you are at 2.5 or 3 years old, or 4 or 5, and you're like, I'm curious. I want to know why. I want to know how. I don't want to know what. And what are you going to do about those parrots around you, man? They don't even fucking know. They probably will never be able to get that question answered, let alone ask it, because it's a hand-me-down. They're threatening somebody else's fucking bubble being popped. And see, there's a difference between being able to receive and then just like thinking, like being fed stuff and then trying to solve a problem based on what they said. See what I'm saying? There's a difference in being able to just receive through your imagination, being able to work equations because you have had an experience already. Babes, it's not going to happen unless. See, that's why it's important that age 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's where your narcissist can be sealed up forever, or you are set free into more curiosity. And I imagine, see, it's just a loop and a loop, but it's not a loop back in revolutions of hell. It's a spiraling in revolutions of rebel that says, Eureka, man, I found something, and I found something again. And it doesn't have to be like that you're just tearing through subject matter. No, you start really small. It's like a song, and then it opens up, and it's like you had no idea that subject matter pertained to something worthwhile. See if it is worthwhile. It's going to point at God. Yeah, did you access it? Really, it's gonna give you a good feeling, and then if it's worthwhile, you will feel that there's nothing more to do than to share it. It's bringing you joy. Uh, uh, Kind of moving in and out of, you're gonna see. Like this right here, it's either the future or it's a world that I'm like, I would like to go there. Where is it? It's where I come from. It's what I know. Just because I'm in the world doesn't mean I'm of it. Like a lot of kids are. They are the future, so they're not going to want anything to do with the past, like, and especially your programming. Never try to tell them anything. You can't tell kids anything. They're going to look at you and they're going to learn through mimicry. Did you know it's more like 5 that they start doing that? Because they're testing their own mind and say, well, I think that to get what I want, this is what I do, and they mimic you. And they think that, oh, you just get really bully and you start talking. Then, well, they try it on you. They're just mimicking because they want to be accepted, and then you reject them. At that point, you start beating on them because they're showing you what you did show them as to how to be. I see it all the time out there. It's like, ooh, I gotta get out of here, man. This is fucking outright abuse. Because these people don't study child psychology and they don't know that basic mimicry thing that comes up. And how that when they get in their mind, this is worth money, by the way. Send me $2. I have to go to court. Did you see those videos? Please watch. I'm serious. Pretty soon, something is going to kind of really just like talk about getting geometrical here. It's weird. It's like, well, I hope this, I hope humanity works for us here. Hi, am I the only one that's humanity? Please. Did I show you the word unity in humanity? That's something I hope that's never going to be on the back burner. We can't fucking ignore the solution. Like, first of all, communications is number one. Do you think that, okay, just out of the blue, do you think that you're hearing me because there's a communications device and it's actually, it's like, well, where did we get these? Oh, out of all the things, too, like all the cars and ways to blend your food and shit, these things right here, don't pass it up. Huge opportunity that they're trying to show, and it's all right in front of our face. They are putting the words right in front of our face, down to content creator. So you say content creator, but you can say content creator, like, content. Like, did I make you content so far? I don't want to ask. I'm not here to blow sugar up your asses, babes. See, now, the difference between a human being, like more like the characters that we play, and the truth, is that the truth is always going to set you free. It's always going to set you on the right trajectory as far as your body, everything. You're going to be always staying buoyant with the truth. So that's why you want to be one that can handle the truth in such a way. I mean, I wouldn't advise trying to do anything. Trying is lying. Like what I'm doing, I'm a Buddhist, and Buddhism is just a conversation between two very different types of people. The master is right on it. I mean, there isn't a single breath that they use that is outside of their practice. And see, the one in the West here, me, a woman, very uncanny, very trippy, right? I mean, boom. I start with you right where I know I'm going to be leaving off, kind of a thing. What I mean is, like, I'm like, well, what about this particular thing that might be the truth in reality? Maybe you should open an account. See, that's what Buddhism is about, and then we can talk. Otherwise, this talk is going to be like, I'm not going to buy any of it. First of all, we don't buy talk. We buy actions. They speak louder. You don't get to know anybody unless you put them on mute and you start watching their body languages towards you, right? No? Oh, well, see, now again, this information is probably not useful unless, okay, CERN is collecting this, and then we can recall it up and say, well, how do we actually raise up a decent civilization so that we can, like, prepare to make more and more breakthrough, to expand, to make it less and less inhospitable for children, in case we wanted to continue breeding them. Nobody should have children for another 40 years until they figure out why they are doing what they're doing with the Epstein file and why everything looks so strange. Like, I was tripping out on the amount of cars that are going on out there. Just, it's a big, something obviously has a different sense of time, and I've seen it. See, like I was trying to tell you, the benevolent that know about the programming, they know about what's going on here. They know it differently. They see it differently. See, that it's like our 250 years history. New York builds up, Hollywood, all this stuff, presidences, cars rolling out to sea, is only 2 years to the intergalactic crew up there. In fact, I think it's timeless. They just kind of see it as, oh, that's a weird little shape it's taking now. Let's see, maybe it's a fungus or something. They're like, well, wash that over. You know what I mean? Use your imagination, kids. Start using it. You have perfect enough opportunity by way of experiencing things, and you can say, well, so you can get into metaphors. So you don't need to be a confused person. You can say, well, that was metaphorical. Meta means mind. FPH, I think, means a balance of some sort, like physically. And then or means alternative. So that's a cool word. Check out. Don't worry, I'm in the West. I'll be translating and helping as liaison. But as for now, Can I get $2? Because, okay, so this is May 17th. I need to go back to the judge way over there and try to talk to them. I have a bunch of stuff that I will be presenting that I already put together on a playlist here that is better for me because I have been rendered up brain damaged. I have. And rather than call the police and try to make a report to explain everything, how that, yeah, no, this is brain damaging for me. I'm realizing now I'm getting brain damaged. I need to put a stop to it. See, I'm going to go to court. You go over the officers' heads, you go to court, and you say, as a result of this, babes, I have been made brain damage. See, now I'm going to make, I already told about how I'm going to question her about, why did you ask me to say yes or no about a restraining order when you're the judge and you should have discerned? I didn't go there to slit my throat, babes. You know what I mean? So this is very real for me, and I don't know about you guys, but it's just time that I find out, like on here. I know that in my neighborhood, it's as good as a goddamned guillotine. It's more like I was going to call it the razor's edge, or more like the piranha field or something. It's like, it's weird. It's like, okay, so I was protected, and I still am. I'm too protected here. I'm like, okay, people won't even come here. They're just not making it. I really have to drum up, and then these people will probably shoot at me or something. You know what I mean? That's just where I am. And I'm thinking, okay, so I should just sell and move around the corner? Now, if you're in Idlewild, how about this advertisement? If you're renting your home, you don't own your home, do you have friends that do the same thing? So you're welcome to come live here, and let's just live here. Okay? The rent is less than ever. Fuck, no, babe. See, you're probably paying too much. You guys have an ego, and you're like, oh, I can foot it. Don't do it anymore. Don't do it. You guys, you want to be free. You want freedom. You want to know what it feels like to be, what can happen if you have enough freedom. I'm here to tell you, I don't know that much, but I experienced it. Includes having a little bit of just financial leeway. Now, that's what I'm asking for, is when I ask people to come here to rent my home, because it'll help me financially. You guys have to rent anyway. See, I own the home and I have to pay taxes. In a way, that's rent. It's a lot less. See, and so, but can we impress each other? Like, is it an electrician? Can I eventually be able to pay an electrician after I get rent money so that it can just improve for us? I'm tired of this illusion of being alone here. It's excruciating for somebody like me. I actually am very helpful wherever I worked. Whatever employer has ever hired me, they have, like, they actually represented me in court 30 years ago because I was being jacked over by some other people. See, there's like two types up here, right? And I've always went the type to where, well, I would go out, I make money. I work for a restaurant. I work at 3 jobs. I don't associate with a drug addict, let's say. There might be a lot of that, people that are doing the wrong drugs. How about that? Yeah. And just are who are doing stuff like, even like going to the movies too much. I didn't come up to the mountains to even watch TV. I remember in the 80s when they started bringing cable and they started wiring cable up here, and I heard about it. And see, it's a trip. It's because I know how long my family's been up here. We know this was all dirt roads. We know that, like, it was millions of years. We never had fucking cable. There's still stuff going on that's happening for the first time that's never happened, not in a million years. It includes the wars that are going on between the neighbors and how it's like, well, nice fucking fence of China, and then there's a dog that has been allowed to bark. And I blame it on that restraining order, just trying to cut my tongue out. Otherwise, you go over there and you tell these people, no, you be quiet. And why do you let your dog stay out when it's snowing? Well, some people have husky dogs, but that's fine. Why do you let it bark? That fucking bark just flows across the canyon. We've never had a barking dog like that, not in a million years, because residences would hear it and they would say, "What are you doing?" They would yell, "Shut that fucking dog up!" It's loud. And here, furthermore, in the 80s, we had a mountain lion that came, snatched dogs right up. It doesn't matter what size they were. Still, it could happen. See, this is what's a trip. Hardly 3 years, 5 years, 3 years only. We've had major changes that all the coyotes have been skittered away. But I'm thinking that, see, you don't know it, but when things calm down and now you're sitting there with your dogs outside or you think you can let them out, those coyotes can come back and fucking do a sweep. Yeah. It happened in Pine Cove that same way. But they were chalked in already and everything, and they didn't realize that, no, they had just moved into the wilderness. It's not very long. I'm talking, it has been a million years, probably, if you want to imagine that, oh, this is a wilderness area, but it's really not. This is a ruin site, and whoever's interested, I keep talking about it, in Idlewild, I'll be happy to take you to Pine Cove Park, right up the street from some friends of mine. You go there. It's a weird place. It's like, why do they quarantine? See, they have to quarantine off these big ruins sites that it once used to be a city-sized castle, kind of more like a technological base. You have no idea, but they use that kind of granite and those. Who is? I'm not sure what I was talking about just now. I had a delivery come. Things getting a tiny bit better for me. So I guess I just have to be patient, but there's also this crap going on with legalities, I guess, and I'm learning a lot. People aren't sticking up for themselves very properly if they don't go like over the heads of, I hate to say it, but go over the heads of officers if you ever can, because those people are working for who knows what. It's weird, right? I mean, they have a bad rap, right? They do, because they help, see, the judicial system and all those people, they help child trafficking and all that stuff. It's kind of very corrupt, especially around in my area here. Law enforcement and um, it's not a rumor. There's lawsuits across the board because of sex abuse going on, where inside the prisons and even outside, when people are being handled, they're being abused. And that's like, where does the line, where is there a fine line between that not happening and it happening? See, I think it's abusive just looking at these people wearing polyester suits. That stuff is really unhealthy for you. It's uncomfortable feeling. You should not like polyester, not as much as even cotton, really, because polyester has the signature of 15 hertz or something, which is an unalived body, I guess, right? I've heard that. And then there's linen or cotton that has like a 5,000 hertz, which is the vibrational frequency of an alive body. Anyway, a lot needs to change, and hopefully that you change it within your own microcosms, whatever you can. For instance, I finally got one glass jug. It's tough to be operating just kind of alone here, and then the people around you serving as only distractions. It's like, well, aren't we on the same page about anything? Not really. No talking, and that sure doesn't like get us anywhere either. It doesn't really show us that we are celebrating anything or even paying attention to anything, right? I mean, communications kind of is a celebration in case we were paying attention. I'm tripping on my cat doing this thing, and I'm trying to catch her on it, but the way she's being so funny. Anyway, thanks for listening to this. You probably heard a tone change. I got my cat some food a little bit. I'm in need of some cleaning supplies and, of course, a donation. See, I was talking about these legalities I'm going through and how that it's all, even though I kind of took control and I'm making them go on trial, even the public defender says that it would be interesting to see how much their story changes as we go along, the more that they tell their story, see, because they they lie, and that must be tough to keep track of the lies. The main thing is that I have to go in front of that judge and ask her why she made it up to me to answer yes or no to a darn restraining order. See, I said yes because I was in a horrible place that I'm not now. See, I'm not that same person. I would never throw myself under the bus just to appease these people who if they had the nerve to drag me into court after like a month and a half. It took that long because they were removing some things that they had put up that were designed to mentally disturb me, and it really did. It was awful. It's just spiteful stuff, and there's a lot of that going on with these people. And of course, it increases. So I would like to just break free of the contact, which is what they did when they opened up a contract. I don't want that contact. They're able to do such a thing that what they did already, and whew, God, it's something that I have to just let it blow by. It's not even me. It's not my life. It's um, weird, to say the least. It's really strange. Like, why did that all happen? That wasn't. See, these people are loveless and godless, and I'm having to pick my own bone about it. I can't even talk to you people about it, I guess, right? But no, I do have legalities, and I would appreciate a little bit of support. See, people, I sometimes I see 5 or 7 likes on here, and it's now time to start supporting each other. I wish I didn't have to keep asking, really, of course, you would like to think that we're all taken care of, but thanks if you do manage to do it. I need to get down to the courthouse and put myself on the calendar and see. I have some playlist. I have some really good video that I think I'm just going to say, you know what? No, really, it's to date. I have to protect my brains, my heart, my body, my life, my potential. It's right now, it's just totally in fray. I can't believe it. It's because of a lot of things, and certainly we don't need entities attacking us when we're already down. When we're just going through a passage, really. When we're just going through a passage, transformation. Whoops, and I thought she was getting out, and that all often entails being in a very, very delicate time of uncertainty and even kind of it looks like we've fallen down, but really it's just where you go before you start anew. And wow, thanks for being there, people. I hate to know your history. Like I'd like to figure out military family, huh? Cold-hearted, icy cold people, money-oriented, too emotionally detached. You're just a dolly to them when you're a kid, highly abusive, and then what?